Valparaiso University School of Law presents portions of its conference on law, poverty, and economic inequality.
The notion that courts must be available to the people really stems from Magna Carta, which proclaims that no one will we refuse or delay right or justice. Despite these majestic words, it is very clear that when poverty is the obstacle to receiving full justice, the courts really haven't always been here.
In 2006, New York City had 8 child homicides. 6 of them alone were in Brooklyn, including the highly publicized death of Nixmari Brown. And as a result thereof, according to court statistics, 14,000 child protective petitions were filed in the court, but only 10,000 were able to be resolved. In fact, since 1982, statewide filings have increased by about 58%, but we've only had an increase in the judiciary of 16%. There are no filing fees to come into my court. We offer day and night services so that parents who are working can come to court. All children and most parents are entitled to free counsel if they qualify. No one is turned away at the courthouse doors, and you'll most likely see a judge the very first day you come to my court. Now, doesn't this sound like access to justice? What constitutes access to justice, I have to ask? Certainly not entrance through the courthouse doors, not even escorted with a lawyer. Access to justice must be timely, it must be meaningful, it must be with the due process of the law and all statutory rights afforded. The problems encountered are arising because of the sheer volume of cases that are being filed, the complicated life of these families and children's lives, the poverty that they suffer, and the very limited number of judges available to ensure that each and every litigant's rights are protected. Children often remain in foster care for years and are exiting by way of entry into the juvenile justice system, just another state custody. Such children enter into the juvenile and criminal justice system, or they often age out of foster care, and although there's been a great deal of work done for our foster care children aging out of foster care, many of them age out into homelessness and unemployment and poverty. Poverty is the greatest predictor of child abuse and neglect. It's starting the American cradle to the prison pipeline. And lastly, society, through its government and through its political processes, must systematically address and reduce poverty and its disastrous effects on our children by providing access to education, housing, health care, employment, job training, child care, and the courts. Only then can we truly claim we are granting access to justice for our children in New York. Thank you.
For more information on Valparaiso law, please visit valpo.edu/law.